Beating the odds, week 7, fresh off a 9-4 week. We are about to go streaking.
We're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium.
Puts us up to 40-34 on the year. And for reference, we ended up the year last year 128-83. At this point last year, we were 37-35. It's a good time to hop on this gravy train. If you're new to the show, me and 3 of my sharpest buddies, they are very sharp, 3 bets a week each off DraftKings lines. They can only be lines and props. You can do parlays, whatever. Minus 120 is the worst they can be. All even odds bets. And gotta shout out my boy Shawn. He's killing it. He's 12-6 this year. He crushed it last year. Crushthebook on Twitter, on X. This man's built my bankroll the last couple of years. He does it all, man. Baseball, NBA, college basketball, college football, NFL, even some badass tennis plays. The man does it all. Kind of how I like all kind of women. I mean, I like redheads. I like black girls. I like white girls. I like fat girls. I like short girls. I like tall girls. I even like dudes. I like them all. And he does it all. And we're going to make some money. Let's hit the phones.
Hey, Rob, it's Mike Story. Beat the odds week 8, week 7. I can't remember where we're at, but we've got I got a few good ones for you this week. Let's start. I've got 1 line and 2 props. Let's start with the Detroit Lions and Minnesota Vikings this Sunday, 12 o'clock. I'm going to take Detroit +2, -117 on DraftKings. The main line +1.5. I'm going to bet it down to +2, -117. So we know the Minnesota Vikings 5-0, but they've been playing way past their skis this year. They've been on the right side of close games, 3 of 5 wins coming by 6 points or less. The Lions have gotten their offense going, 40 points each of the last 2 weeks. They've got weapons all over the field. They've been bad for so long. I just think that this is the odds makers not really giving them their due. Their defense is going to probably take a step back with Aiden Hutchinson out for the year at broken tibia, but they still have a really strong defense. And I believe in the Lions this year, and I'm still not sold on the Vikings. Take the Lions +2. Next one, I'm going to stay in that game. We're going to go with Jameson Williams over 47.5 receiving yards at -115. This number's kind of stay put, so I'm not too worried about that, but I still see this as a nice spot for JMO here. He over this line 4 out of 5 games, and that's with Goff only having to throw 43 passes total the last 2 games. So this should change a lot versus Minnesota. We know that Minnesota has a strong offense. Sam Darnold playing very well. Can they keep up with the Lions' offense? That's yet to be seen, but they're allowing the most plays per game to opponents, the most pass attempts per game, the second most yards to receivers. So they do get a lot of pressure. The Vikings do. 14 opponents to throw their first read. JMO is now second on the team in first read share, 27% versus Amon-Ra St. Brown, 32%. He's overtaken that Sam Laporta role. He leads the Lions in targets and yards when Goff is pressured, as well against cover 2 and cover 4, which is the Vikings go-to coverage. Strong defense, I get it, but JMO should get it done here. I've got him at 7 targets, over 47.5 receiving yards. Finally, let's go over to the Eagles at the Giants, over 73.5 receiving yards for A.J. Brown. He's an absolute stud this year, 119 receiving yards in both healthy games, with 19 targets out of Hurts 59 times in those games. So he is clearly their first read, clearly the go-to receiver. Gets a fantastic matchup against the Giants, who are 27 against in DVOA versus wide receiver 1s. Dead last against deep passes per FTN Fantasy. A.J. Brown, over 67.5. We know that Smith lines up in the slot more when Brown plays. With Beat, he'll see the Giants' best corner cover man, Drew Phillips, who plays inside. Yeah, this is a wide open field for A.J. Brown. 1 long reception should get him halfway there, and he's got the full game doing. So that's it for me. Good luck this week. Let's bounce back. Let's make some money.
Happy Friday. Let's go ahead and crush some books. Giants, Philadelphia. If you watch the season win total pod, I don't have to expand on my distrust overall for the Eagles and the fact that the world seems to think they're still good. They're not good. Home game for the Giants, division rivalry. We have the Eagles sitting at 26th in DVOA and defense overall, 23rd in EPA per drive for the season. It's Danny Dimes time. Give me the 3.5 with the hook. That's our first winner, no doubter. Play with confidence. Let's go to the next game. We're going to go over to the Carolina-Washington game. And not much needed to explain here. We're going to go with over 51. Both defenses are terrible. Jaden Daniels has a dream matchup at home after a loss. This team might put up 40 themselves, and I think Carolina has some advantages as well as far as their offense versus Washington's defense in certain categories, and they should probably put up a 20-plus burger themselves. This game is most likely getting into the mid-60s, 70s, I think. So we're going with that. Carolina, Washington over 51. It's currently minus 118 on DraftKings. Last play, we're going to go with a surprise prop, and I love this prop. We're going to go with Geno Smith passing completions over 24.5. Little analysis on this one since I'm doing kind of a rare prop here. The Falcons opponents have completed over 26 passes in 3 of their last 4 games. They play zone coverage, 3rd highest rate in the league, allow the highest completion percentage. But wait, there's more. The 5th lowest yards per attempt and 6th lowest air yards per attempt. As for Geno, he just happens to lead the league in pass attempts and pass completions, sitting at 27th amongst starting quarterbacks in average depth of target. He's just methodical, plodding down the field. He's topped that number 5 straight games, and that average is 31 completions. Let's expect that to continue. 3 winners. Happy Friday. Enjoy your Sunday. Crush the book. Let's go.
Thank you, guys. Moving over to my bets. Went 2-1 last week. Couple super easy winners. Trevor Lawrence hit his rushing yard total on the first drive, which was nice. And Breece Hall doubled his number, 52.5. If you bet the alt line, like I told you, it was plus 800 for 110 yards. His line was 52.5. He hit 110. That was 8-1. That hit 2. Awesome. And Mr. Calvin Ridley, MIA, milk carton, 8 targets, 0 catches, 0 yards. Could not hit 42 yards. That's embarrassing. This week, got some nice ones here. Bet of the day. Amon-Ra St. Brown, over 72.5 receiving yards. Gotta love this. He's had 10 targets the last 2 weeks. They haven't needed to use him. They're against the Vikings. They're going to need him this game. Defense a little hurt with Aiden Hutchinson out. It can be a high-scoring affair back and forth. I see 12 targets for St. Brown. Easily hits this number. Next bet, Jaden Daniels, over 49.5 rushing yards. This is a shootout against the Panthers. Terrible defense. They're coming off a loss. They're angry. He is going to crush this number in the first half. Look for a couple long runs and some design runs. Last play here, Geno Smith over 11.5 rushing yards. They're against the Falcons. The Falcons do play a lot of zone coverage, which scares me a bit, but I see a lot of dropbacks, a lot of throwing, and he can get this in 1 3rd and 8. Also, Andy Dalton last week against the Falcons had 47 rushing yards. Old man Andy Dalton. Geno Smith's more athletic than him. Let's get this, and let's hear from Joe.
What's up, everybody? Joe here. Week 7. Hard to believe. Year is flying by. Popped off a good week for you for once last week. 3-1. Very close to 4-0. Just one Bucky Irving rush attempt away from 4-0. Don't need to talk about that anymore. Close call, but stuff happens. Time to move on to another winning week here. We're going to go 3-0. We're going to start off with Josh Allen, anytime touchdown scorer. Buffalo Bills are at home. This man can run the ball. He loves to score touchdowns in front of Bills Mafia at home. They're playing the Tennessee Titans. Titans have a decent defense, but they're going to get around the goal line. Josh Allen, anytime touchdown scorer. For the second pick, we're going to go Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. 250-plus passing yards at home versus the lowly Kansas City Chiefs. I think the 49ers are going to win this football game. Full disclosure, I'm a diehard 49er fan, but the Chiefs do have a pretty good rush defense. Mason is back, but that shoulder stinger may be giving him some problems. There is a chance he may get knocked out of that game again. I think they're going to be throwing the ball a little bit here, so 250 yards for Brock Purdy, very doable. Third pick, we're going to go with another Brock on the Raiders, Brock Bowers 60-plus receiving yards at the Rams. Rams defense is pretty bad. The Raiders are pretty bad too. But Bowers is one of the bright spots in that offense. No more Adams. Adams has been out anyway for a couple weeks there. But Brock Bowers 60 yards, definitely a gettable number. So 3-0, Brock Bowers 60-plus receiving yards. Let's go!
Thank you, Joseph. If we could just bottle up his enthusiasm for a rainy day or a blue day and take that, that'd be great. Also, hop on the gravy train, let's make some money, and let's keep on beating the odds.
We're beating the odds, we're beating the odds.